Right, we're back in Sadrith Mora. Let's go find Sun in Shadow and tell her that somebody's trying to throw a manky wrench in her plans. Testimonials on Mushroom Towers by Minerva Salo, Associate Chronicler. The Telvanni, the most mysterious of the Great House in all respects, features one of the most looming curiosities, both literally and figuratively, the mushroom structures which they live and work within. The house has never given an official statement about their choice of architecture, and most are too frightened by Telvanni's vast power to ask. It's common knowledge that the Telvanni magisters value their privacy, but why not build a tower of stone or wood? I decided to ask the common folk their theories. Names have been changed to protect the speakers from Telvanni attention. I first talked to local merchants who weren't officially affiliated with the house, but often sell wares to its members. A rather exasperated dark elf named Verna was happy to explain her theory. It's the smell, that's what it is. They're obsessed with this forsaken stench. Can't get enough of it. I think there's something about their biology something different from other dark elves. Makes them just crave the smell of mushrooms so much that they magic themselves into towers. I've heard they just sit up there all day and just inhale the fumes. Me, I just get headaches. What's wrong with the fresh scent of pine or stone or any honest building material? Sometimes I think I'd rather see the towers made of silt, strider dung than of moldy old mushrooms. Arnagornian Keeper makes some waves believe that the purpose was more functional. Well, we all know that the Telvanni are isolationists. They can't even be bothered to attend the inter-council meetings. My guess is that they eat the mushrooms to save on trips to the market. It only makes sense, doesn't it? Mushroom stew, mushroom pie, mushroom gravy. There's a lot you can make with bits of mushroom. We just don't notice because they're slaves, gather their stuff discreetly. Wouldn't want to ruin their image by being mushroom fanatics, would they? Well, more fanatical, I suppose, than simply having your entire house built out of the stuff. A rather friendly dark elf merchant by the name of Hadar had a vastly different opinion of what the mushrooms were used for. I've heard that mushrooms are a powerful aphrodisiac. Really makes you wonder what those magisters do all day up in those towers. I've thought about taking up my own collection for purely studious purposes, of course, but I'd rather not attract the attention of the homeowners. Telvanni mages aren't very giving dark elves even when well pleased, and I suspect they might be pleased more often than they let on, if you catch my drift. By the way, you did say that you were changing my name for this, didn't you? The merchants who catered to Telvanni were interesting sources of material and raised many questions for me to consider, but I found myself drawn to those who worked directly for the house. Though most slaves were unwilling to speak to me, I found an orc howling who had this to say. Well, who else is using the mushrooms? If they're there, they're there. Might as well make use of them. Only useful decision the Telvanni ever made, truth be told. Maybe the truth was that simple. A Telvanni found this native flora and simply wished to make use of it. A matter of convenience seems to be the most plausible theory I had heard, but was it the truth? I had but one more source I could find who would speak their mind, a Khajiit trader by the name Rumak, who explained. This one always thought the towers were built to intimidate outlanders. Rumak was most unsettled when he set up business in Retracted, having such a strange tower looming above you. Perhaps it represents the Telvanni themselves, yes? Imposing, mysterious, almost haunting. The Telvanni do not wish to welcome one such as us to their lands. It is in their best interest to keep us frightened. I could get no official comment from a member of House Telvanni other than a few strongly worded requests that I cease my inquiries. But my curiosity cannot be contained by mere threats, and the mystery of the Telvanni is something I will always find myself attempting to unravel. I take heart in the fact that even under the house's oppressive eye, so many shared with me their thoughts and theories, each more interesting and thought-provoking than the last. I don't have a theory on it. Personally, I thought convenience, maybe, hey, they just decided to live in them instead of starting to build from scratch.
Back so soon? Well, you're quite the negotiator. I trust you found a suitable property outside, boss.
Not exactly. A dark elf subtin bought the deed and gave it to a wizard named Jinrisa.
Jinrisa. Interesting. That envious hag never misses an opportunity to stick a thumb in Firith's eye. Listen carefully. I need you to acquire that deed as quickly as possible, before she makes it public that she's bought land near Voss.
How do you suggest I do that?
I suggest you use all available means. You can begin by searching the Adepts Hall in Tel Naga. I will warn you that the Adepts Hall is not open to outsiders. You'll need to be careful while searching for the deed so as not to raise suspicion.
Okay, I understand.
Jinris has offered us a chance to double our winnings. If we acquire the deed and embarrass her in the process, Firith's bound to support my promotion.
So we need to go to Tel Naga Adepts Hall. Next sounds, a manual for new owners. Congratulations! You're the proud owner of one of Vardenfeld's most recognizable and loyal pets. If this is your first Nyx adoption, please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the do's and don'ts of Nyx Hound ownership. Stick to these tried and true methods and you'll have a happy and healthy companion for years to come. Feeding. Nyx hounds are voracious eaters. After emerging from its chrysalis, a baby Nyx can drain at least 4 comparably sized creatures per day. Be sure to rinse your pet's proboscis after every meal, as the scent of fresh fluids can attract wild Nyxes. Baby guas, goats, quama pupa, and ash hoppers are all excellent sources of nutrition. Just be sure to get rid of those pesky meat husks when you're done. A drained animal is the perfect treat for wild elites, and no one wants an oni ball of teeth wandering around their yard. One final note at this crucial stage in development, it's very important to keep small children and other pets away from your new companion. Baby Nyxes are very curious and won't hesitate to spear smaller creatures in search of food. An innocent case of mistaken identity can result in tragedy, so keep an eye on your little ones. Grooming. Nyx hounds place great value on cleanliness, welcome news for most pet owners. The average Nyx spends hours self-cleaning, using its nimble pedipalps to scrape and polish their facial chitin and antenna. Unfortunately, the length of their proboscis and the relative thickness of their neck make it very difficult to reach the rest of their abdomen and thorax. That's where you come in. You should give your new friend a good scrub with an oiled rag once every 2 weeks. Just be careful to avoid the Nyx's sensory stata and abdominal glands. Nyxes have been known to slip into a violent rage if touched in the wrong place. But don't worry, given a few days and a dozen or so buckets of meat fluid, your pet will regain its charming disposition. Be sure to check for ash mites in between their thoracic junction and spiracles as well. These little pests can drive even the friendliest licks into an itchy frenzy. Exercise. Nyx hounds require lots of stimulation and exercise. Like their industrious cousins, the Quama, Nyxes are addicted to work and productivity, so play along. Games like Hide the Dung and Who's Got the Spleen will keep your Nyx busy and satisfied for hours at a time. Handling. Nyx hounds are affectionate and attentive pets, but here are a few more tips for keeping them calm and collected. Always remember to face your Nyx when feeding it. Avoid direct eye contact while your Nyx is relieving its... That is just... Okay. Avoid direct eye contact while your Nyx is relieving itself. Make sure your friends and neighbors don't leave their pets and children unattended around your Nyx. Never shout on your Nyx. Never whisper to your Nyx. Never show another Nyx excessive attention or affection. Avoid contact with the Nyx's saliva as it is corrosive and may form a permanent bond with the skin. Never display any signs of physical weakness around your Nyx. Conclusion. We hope this short guide has been informative. Nyx hound ownership is a real treat and an experience that you won't soon forget. You'll enjoy your time with this beautiful creature. We guarantee it. Absolutely not. That sounds way more trouble than it is. I would never own one of those. Okay, so we're in a restricted area. I think we may have to kill somebody.
Where's the ink?
Yeah, we've been detected. We got detected. But we can still get out. We can't read this. Oh wait, maybe we can. What does it say? Morrowind fauna. A copy of the full manuscript should follow this letter shortly, but this is an abstract to satisfy your curiosity until the scribes can finish their work. Common Vardefel Guar. The Guar... Yeah, we cannot read here. She's gonna see us. Would have been nice to read that, but the book itself is in a position that... And we cannot afford to get caught either. So we have to sneak past this house guard. Let's first look for guards on patrol. Okay.
Did you find the deed? I'd hate to think that clumsy wizard Jinrisa outnixed me on this.
I got the deed back from Jinri, so you can give it to Faerith as you planned.
Oh, no. I can't do it myself. It's not subtle or even polite. If a Telvanni just bluntly demands this thing or that service. I'm sorry to impose once again. But could you give the deed to Master Faerith on my behalf?
Sure, no problem.
I know I've asked a lot, trust me. Payment is forthcoming. Just offer the deed to Faerith and tell him that Sun and Shadow would like his written support for elevation to the rank of retainer. Make it subtle, but not too subtle, you know.
Where can I find Master Faerith?
Just west of here, in a place called Hanoud. Faerith values his privacy, so be wary of Atronachs and traps, and don't be surprised if he's a bit, eccentric. Meet me in the council hall when you return. I have a very good feeling about this.
Seriously, what is a house guard doing down there? They just place them all over the place. Another town we've not yet discovered. Another house guard. How do we get up to this town? Okay, now that we've discovered it and put it on the map.
Ugh, more visitors? I have those Atronachs out there for a reason. Can't you see there's no room? Oh, for Vex's sake, never mind. What do you want from us?
Sun and Shadow thought you might be interested in the deed to some land outside of Voss.
Did she now? How prescient. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say, Geralt? Yes, I thought so too. I'm glad she chose to give it to me, and not that gua-faced bumbler Jinrissa. I suppose she wants something in return? These hirelings always do.
Yes, she'd appreciate your written support for her promotion to retainer.
Ah, yet another social climber. How tiresome. Still, exchanging a simple endorsement for valuable property seems like quite the bargain. Very well, it's a deal. Get out, be a dear, and fetch me that pen. What? Oh, fine, I'll get it myself. Do. Now, off with you. My friends and I have pressing business. So much to do!
Esteemed counselors, I, Master Firith, Steward of Hanid and lands beyond, do hereby support and affirm Sun and Shadow's promotion to the rank of retainer in the Great House Telvanni. The Argonians' grasp of our playful internecine rivalries shows a degree of perspicacity I thought impossible in members of her race. For this reason alone, she deserves recognition and respect. She will serve the house well in her new role as retainer. Okay, we still have a bounty of 184 gold. We need to keep that in mind. So we need to avoid all guards, like this one right there.
We will review the request soon. In the meantime, continue your studies.
Muthsera Sooth is most kind. I thank you.
We're probably gonna be caught around here trying to finish this quest, because here comes another guard.
Ha! I recognize. Well, that makes two of us.
Okay. I just rushed that because we needed to get in quickly. Oh,
You have your crimes, and I have my orders. Now pay up! I have another happy customer. Huzzah!
where is she? I thought we'd have another hearing.
Ah, I see you have been tramping through the mud. Feel free to stamp your feet. Despite my best efforts, I have come very close to completing a task. In truth, I enjoy sweeping the dock, counting the ripples in the water. It feels like home.
Any news?
My heart and I have barely spoken. She strains her spines both day and night, poring through tomes and hatching her schemes. Her eyes are fixed on the next rank, and the next after that. I fear for her. A soul without rest grows dim as twilight.
So she hasn't shared her next plan with you?
No, she has not. All to the good, I guess. A finless fish weakens the shoal. But enough about me. You, my friend, are a mighty swimmer. Seek her out in her stone-dwelling place. If I know my heart, she will certainly have a task for you.
Okay, we'll go talk to her.
I think I'll go pretend to work somewhere else.
Certainly this is a long quest. I think we're gonna have to help her, like I said, to climb to the top of the Telvanni ranks.
Pleasant surprise. Always pleasure to see you, Sarah. I'm glad you dropped by. I could use a friend right now.
What's going on?
I just received a summons from the council. Typically, I'd be overjoyed. After all, I just submitted a petition for advancement to oathman. But the council never acts on petitions this quickly. Someone's arranging pieces on the game board. I know it.
What are you asking me to do?
If a member of the house plans to spring a trap, I need to project strength. The councilors know you've assisted me in the past. If you appear before the mouths on my behalf, it puts the Magisters and I on equal footing. It might even save my life.
Alright, I'll go to the council house in your stead.
Thank you, my friend. Be careful.
Stormhold is safe. But why...
My patron, Magister Gothrin, opposes any further honors for the slave girl. Oh, look. The lizard sent a representative. Such pretensions.
Approach, emissary. You may inform your benefactress, Sun and Shadow, that the council has elected to reject her petition.
Be sure to add that all further petitions will meet the same fate. Cats and lizards have no place in our great house.
Don't worry, Relasa. The emissary will give Sun and Shadow a full account of this meeting. I have no doubt. There is no greater virtue than ambition. but I'm afraid Sun and Shadow's enthusiasm has rubbed a few of our number the wrong way.
Is there some reason I can give, is there some reason I can give Sun and Shadow for the Council's refusal?
Beyond the obvious? Your friend possesses a keen mind and great natural talent. But even the Great House Telvanni is not above simple prejudice. The circumstances of her birth make advancement complicated.
It seems that Ralasa Delvi is particularly opposed to Sun and Shadow.
Yes, Ralasa hates practically everyone, but she's developed a particular distaste for Sun and Shadow. I can't tell if it's truly the will of Gothrin or just a personal vendetta. Both of them revile lesser races. A perfect match if ever there was one.
Do you have any advice I can give Sun and Shadow?
I would counsel patience, but I have no illusions. Sun and Shadow will dismiss such advice out of hand. Her dreams can only be deferred for so long. I say only this. Whatever she plans to do, make sure she does it cautiously.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Sun and Shadow will stand before us again. I only hope that it's for a promotion and not something less pleasant. Believe it or not, these meetings can go far worse. Honor to you and your house, Sarah. Farewell.
Damn. Where are those cakes? Come to have words with me, have you? Well, let's get it over with. I have things to do.
Why are you so fixated on preventing Sun and Shadow from advancing in House Telvanni?
I merely speak for Muthera Gothrin. His distaste for Sun and Shadow should come as no surprise. Beasts have no place in the house. You may want to rethink the company you keep, Outlander. Just a bit of advice.
It seems you really hate Argonians and Khajiit.
I don't hate them. I just see the truth of their nature. Argonians and Khajiit make wonderful servants, but to pretend they possess the same faculties as Mer, or even men, is absurd. They were born to serve, just as we were born to rule.
If you're so free with advice, what would you advise Sun and Shadow?
I suggest she leave Vardenfell. Travel to Daggerfall or Wayrest and join the Mages Guild. I hear they take anyone. She would fit right in. The fact is, she has no place here. She may have earned her freedom, but she will never be a true Telvanni. I don't hate them.
Okay, so let's go tell Sun and Shadow that it seems her plan has come to a halt for now. She's gonna have to rethink her strategy.
What is it?
Sorry, I grew tired of waiting. I received more than a few sideward glances on my way over. What happened in there?
The council rejected your petition.
Oh, I see. Maybe I was too impatient. Requested it too soon. Damn. Did they give any reason? Was there anyone who spoke out against it?
Gothrin's mouth, Ralasa Delvi, seemed dead set against it.
Of course it was Ralasa. That pig has hated me from the start. Gothrin's not fond of Argonians, but this is clearly personal. Would you act as my emissary once more? If you go to Tel Arun and speak to Gothrin directly, maybe he can settle this.
Okay, I'll try. I have a few questions, though.
I'll answer what I can, of course.
You seem to be able to do what you want as a retainer. Is the oathman rank so important?
Yes. When I achieve the rank of oathman, I should be able to purchase a slave. I'll free Eoki and we'll toast to our success. That is what we've been working toward, right? I know that some of this feels a little unsavory, but it's necessary.
Okay, and none of this troubles you?
A Telvanni mage doesn't have time to be troubled. Every day I learn something new. Every day I peel back one mystery to reveal another 10 beneath it. If this is the price of that kind of discovery, I'll pay it. Oh, that came out poorly. Never mind.
So we need to travel to Tel Arun and see Gothrin. Let's just see how far away exactly that is. Oh, it's right there.
Tel Arun's closed. So, you got Nick spit in your ears? Tel Arun's closed. Jog off, you fetching chow.
I need to speak with Magister Gothrin.
Yeah? Well, I need a stiff drink and a good plow, but you don't see me knocking on strangers' doors belly aching about it. Magister Gothrin's not seeing any visitors. Not today, not tomorrow, and not next week. So shove off, go-off-face.
It's urgent. His mouth may be disobeying orders. Is that a lower brook right there? Yeah, we've read that before on the Clockwork City.
Girabel, I've had enough of your excuses. Relassa made your task plain. Find those thieves.
I'm sorry, Magister. It will be done.
Whatever it is you want, talk to my cringing assistant.
Ah, greetings. I'm sorry you had to see that. Magister Gothrin is really quite charming once you get to know him. Honestly, he wouldn't have yelled if Relassa's little snoop, Captain Girabel, hadn't interfered.
I need to speak with the Magister about my associate Sun in Shadow's petition for advancement.
Ah, that. I'm sorry, but Relassa is determined to keep your Argonian from advancing. Typical. I should be mouth. Say, I might have an idea. The thieves Muthsera Gothrin mentioned fled to Shashpilamat. Could you retrieve the goods they stole?
I could, but why should I?
Spoken like a true Telvanni. If you bring the goods to me in Sadrith Mora, I'll take credit for their safe return. Relassa's gone to great lengths to discredit me, you see. My Muthsera knows this. If I succeed, he'll see that I am the fitter servant.
How does that help Sun in Shadow?
Muthsera Gothrin will undoubtedly promote me to mouth. Then, in exchange for your help, I'll support your Argonian's petition. One good turn and all that. What do you say?
It's a deal. I'll meet you in Sadrith Mora, but I have a few questions first.
I can't wait to see the look on Relassa's face when Muthsera Gothrin strips her of her title. And the groveling will be delicious. Of course. What can the future mouth of Muthsera Gothrin help you with?
How did thieves manage to get into Tel Arun to steal things?
Well, I can't say for sure, but there's a good chance the missing slaves stole Muthsera Gothrin's property before fleeing Tel Arun. Ropefish and other people smugglers sometimes accept magic items as payment.
So they would be doubly punished if they were returned?
I'm sure I wouldn't know. My master has a kind and gentle disposition, but children sometimes need discipline, yes? It would really be Slave Master Arenum's prerogative. Unfortunately, she can be irascible.
Alright, so let's take a break here. We'll be right back as we continue this slow, sluggish advance to the top of the Telvanni.